I was a disc jockey at age 17. Acting at the age of 21. New York City after grad school at Penn State University. Day jobs, as usual. Telephone sales, market research, drudgery, all of that stuff. Other things mixed in there. But basically a good regional theater stage career. All over the country. Anchorage to Philadelphia. Great roles, Shaw, Sam Shepard. A little bit of TV, and always in class. I've always been a student of acting and had classes of my own when I was teaching. Now I'm a lawyer here in Brattleboro, Vermont, a solo practitioner with an office on Main Street. I call this business Maxwell Lawyer to distinguish it from Maxwell Actor or Maxwell Disc Jockey, because I haven't lost those things. I carry them with me. Not necessarily into the courtroom, but now you can't help but keep at it. I've taught acting. I've even written about acting in my law review article at law school. And I've stayed close to my teacher from Penn State. Friend, mentor, father figure, at least he thinks he is. Richard Edelman, truly a remarkable teacher and director, and gave me some good paying jobs after grad school in plays he was directing. Several years ago, with the acting passion still stirring me, I got in touch with Richard. I had an idea for a book. I asked him to sit with me for interviews, and basically we sat over coffee for many, many hours, and I had this great idea, and we put each other to sleep.
It became clear that our juices weren't going to flow about what should be happening in a workshop without having a workshop.
We organized several workshops in New York City. Some of the actors had worked with Richard, some had not. And as things developed, it became clear we needed a group of actors who had a shared experience with Richard, a common vocabulary, a common technique. We decided to gather together a group of his students. Many of these people I hadn't seen in many, many years. From Richard's years at Penn State, I called Marilyn McIntyre, Carol Mansell, and C.C. DeWolf. And from his years teaching at Boston University, I called Tony Pasqualini and Kelleher Walsh. It was great to get in touch with these people again, and everyone was eager to meet and participate.
We have such a common background, and we have so many common issues. Not that our lives are the same at all, our personal lives are very different, but I think our sensibility as actors and our ability to recognize when the real deal is happening, I feel like we all have kind of similar bullshit meters.
It's just so much fun to work with somebody that you know so much about, and you're able to make fun of them, and it's like a wonderful marriage. It's like you get to just use everything and go straight for the soft part.
And it's very nice to come back and meet these old friends or these old compatriots and go through the wars again in a way, kind of relive the work in a certain way.
Getting up and doing it, that's electric. It's great.
I had heard about Penn State, and I had heard about their excellent professional summer theater, and I auditioned, and I got in. And I will tell you that from my experience there, and the two shows I did that summer, The Little Foxes and Carousel, were both directed by Richard. I knew that I wanted to go to Penn State.
Richard was a new teacher at BU.
And he came as sort of the main acting teacher for the juniors and seniors.
As soon as I took his acting class, I knew I wasn't going to leave, that I was going to be an actor for the rest of my life.
Because he has a very clear, specific idea of how to approach acting, how to approach the craft of acting.
He keeps you honest. Plus, he's so damn smart.
His intelligence, his kind of intuitiveness about text is an incredible element, I think, in his teaching.
And I really loved the way Richard worked with us. There was no differentiation between being a student or being a professional. He was tough on us all.
He's tough. I mean, he can be very tough, and because he's smart, he doesn't put up with any bull. You know, he can really cut through what you're doing.
He created for us a structure that we could sit into, and almost like creating a house. He said, look, here's the way you're going to create. This is how you build a house in acting. And this is going to be the first floor, and then we're going to build the stairs, and this will be the second floor, so that you can create for yourself a safe place. That in that safe place, you can go out and take real risks.
So it was a great relief to me, and I know to all the other people in my class, most of the other people in my class, to suddenly hear this very clear voice on the craft of acting, because otherwise it was a little confusing.